Welcome back to the Way Concept presented by The Ring Magazine. Today, I am with the former undisputed 135-pound champion of the world. He was champion at 140 as well. That's two weight divisions, looking for his third on November 22nd in the co-main event as he takes on WBO welterweight champion Brian Norman Jr. He is Devin the Dream Haney.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
Devin?
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Get ready for the Ring 4 Night of Champions live on Saturday, November 22nd. 4 weight divisions, 4 world titles, headlined by the explosive David Benavidez versus Anthony Yarde, featuring pound-for-pound stars like Devin Haney and Bam Rodriguez. So don't miss out. Buy the pay-per-view now on DAZN using the link below and get a free 7-day trial of DAZN. Of course, my man, this is the general question, but how are you doing right now? Where's the mind at? Where's how does training camp go for Devin Haney this close to a fight?
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good mentally, physically. Camp is going great.
Mm.
I'm super excited for the fight. Super excited to make my debut at 147 and fight for another world title, win another world title,
Mm.
and put my name in the history books once again.
I was gonna say it's already there, man. You're already in
Yeah.
the history books. When you have achieved all you have achieved so far, and you see, the money that's come into boxing and everybody fighting until they maybe get to that point, how do you stay motivated, man? Because it's like you've done everything and then you did it again. Now you're moving up to do it again. How do you keep motivated for stuff like this?
Yeah, I mean, this is part of it. This is all part of the plan. Take over each weight class.
Mm.
Win multiple world championships, and so everything is going as planned. And I'm just thankful. Alhamdulillah, I thank Allah for it. And I'm excited to be champion once again.
Hey, speaking of weight classes and moving up, how's the body feeling? It's got to feel good to not see that weight cut coming to go to 35 and
Yeah,
all the foods you're gonna have to cut out. You got to be feeling better about that.
yeah. No, I mean, when I'm in camp, now these days, I wonder, how I was, not only at 135, but just, one at 130 at 135 and successful, for so long,
You're a big dude, man. You're a big
yeah, no,
dude.
for sure, I was fighting that, you know, a percentage of myself,
Mm.
um, but, I was able to do it and still, be the man in the division, become undisputed, and it was a dream come true, man. The sacrifice was worth it.
Absolutely, absolutely. So going into this matchup, like you said, debuting at 147. Obviously, we know what Brian Norman brings to the table. Power punching. He's coming off a 3 knockout streak. You've seen him in person. There's a little pushing and shoving, a little feeling out process. You told him, listen, muscles don't win you fights. That power ain't nothing.
Yeah.
So talk to me about when it is fight night, what you're looking at to try to, without giving out game plan, what you're trying to expose a little bit in Brian Norman's
Yeah, no,
game.
I mean, he definitely has, weaknesses and he has, strengths. I look to handicap him,
Mm,
of his strengths and, bring out his weaknesses.
mm.
And that it's as simple as that. I'm here to show him that I'm just, levels above him and that he's never been on this level before and he's never beaten nobody on this level before and he won't.
Great point. You are by far, in my opinion, the best fighter he's ever faced. Do you think that level of experience you have, like you said, different levels, when it does come to fight night, co-main event, big stage, big name Devin Haney, do you think that's going to shake him a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, he's gonna go in there. He's gonna do whatever he's gonna do, regardless.
Mm.
But like I said, I'm just a different kind of fighter. It's different at this level, and I'm here to show him that the guys that he's fought. I've never heard of. I didn't know that the guy he fought his last fight. He did what he did. Not to take anything away from him. He did what he was supposed to do against a guy like that.
Nasty, nasty knockout. Yeah.
He did what he was supposed to do against a guy like that. But he wasn't no Devin Haney.
When you see a knockout like that, like you said, you didn't even know the guy he knocked out. But when you see something like that, I find it interesting how fighters react to someone they're supposed to fight or potentially will fight having a massive performance. Does that get you excited? Because some guys I know they're
Yeah,
like,
no,
hold
I
on a
mean,
second.
but before that, we didn't really, he wasn't somebody on our radar.
Okay.
So we wasn't looking at it in that approach. But he's making noise.
Yeah.
He had a great knockout, and he's the man at 147, and
Hmm.
so now what better person to fight than the best person there, and become the man in the weight class.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of the fight, man, I've been seeing some training come out. And we know the Dream is known for that nasty jab, that footwork, being able to be elusive and still be there to land punches in combination. But I'm seeing some power in camp. I'm seeing you turn some
Yeah.
right hands over. Is there a statement to be made in this fight at 147?
Yeah, of course. I'm looking to show, how much better I am at this weight class, how much stronger, how much more I can, how much better I can, my punch resistance is, at 147. I'm looking to show the best Devin Haney. I want to show my full arsenal. I want to
Mm.
showcase, everything in this fight. And I don't think that Brian has the best chin out there. We've seen him hurt multiple times.
Mm.
So I look to go in there and he's looking to test my chin. I'm looking to test
I
his as
was
well.
gonna say that's what he wants to do too. He's talked about the left hook. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Everybody's talked about it. He's got a nasty one, but I like that answer. You're saying we're gonna flip the script. You think you're the big power guy here. Obviously, we're gonna do it within the reins of being a good boxer and showing off our technique. But I like this, Devin. I think that there's gonna be a lot of people looking at that fight and saying, what Devin Haney are we gonna get here? And because you can fight in so many different ways, I think that's a strength you have that people don't give you credit for. Is you
Yeah.
can win in a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I'm
no,
I'm
I'm
excited
I'm
to
a
see
very
it.
I'm a very versatile fighter. Got a lot of experience, and
Mm.
I look to show it on November 22nd.
We don't look forward past this fight, obviously, but you said you want to become the man here at 147. Does that mean we're going belt hunting in this weight
Yeah, for
class?
sure. Yeah, yeah. I want to fight the champions. I want to fight, Ryan again. I think that's a huge fight. That's a lot of unfinished
I
business
mean,
there.
it's a huge fight,
Yeah,
massive.
yeah. It's a lot of question marks there. So I think the 147-pound division is a great division for me,
Mm.
and I'm excited for my future in the division.
Absolutely. We talk about the Ryan fight, and I know that you've been asked about it by everybody. I always wanted your perspective on what you thought happened with him and Rolly.
Um,
You were
I don't
sitting there
know.
ringside. You saw
I
it,
don't
you
know. I
know?
think we're all we're all questioning what really happened. Um, we seen Ryan was off the PEDs. He was in drug testing protocol for you know around 10 months,
Mm.
9 months, or something like that. Maybe a little less than that. But we seen that a clean Ryan, and we seen a totally different fighter than we seen against the fight.
True.
And we seen in the fight with me. So I think that played a big part in the outcome of the fight.
Yeah. I mean, it was completely different, but also Rolly came to fight, and that's a guy that potentially
Yeah,
you got on
no.
your radar as well too.
Yeah, no, take nothing away from Rolly. He fought a good fight.
Mm.
He went in there and he handicapped, took the left hook away,
Mm.
and Ryan had no answers.
When you look at this fight between you and Brian Norman Jr., there has been a a little side story, and I know that this happens pretty much with all of your fights. Your dad, Bill Haney, is one of the best talkers probably in the sport. I'll be honest,
Yeah,
he's the most entertaining man anytime I'm on stage with him. He's hilarious.
yeah,
Have you seen some of this back and forth between him and Brian Norman Sr., and do you make anything of it at all, or is that just business as usual?
yeah. No, I mean, it's this is the case in all of my fights, so I'm used
Mm.
to it. Um, like I said, I'm gonna go in there and do whatever I'm gonna do, regardless of what they say or what they don't say,
Mm.
and I think he's gonna do the same. In return.
So this camp, can you give me a focus for what it's been? Because you've talked about getting better with your power, but what's when you walk into the gym every day? I've been a part of some different camps where fighters have like a mantra or a saying or a theme for the camp. What's the theme for this camp for Devin Haney?
I can't really say a theme. I just want to be the best Devin Haney that I can be. And this
Mm.
training camp, that's what I've been, focused on. I've been trying to, improve on the things, my weaknesses, and, also, make my strengths even better as well.
Mm.
I'm looking to be the best Devin Haney on November 22nd. And the world is gonna, see, we can look back at the Ramirez fight, and you could say what you want to say, but Brian Norman is not Ramirez. We
Mm.
fight every guy different. Ramirez is not Loma. Loma is not Ryan. Ryan isn't Regis. We
Mm.
fought every fighter different. So come this fight, you guys will see a different Devin Haney than you guys seen in every other fight.
I think people are really excited for that, Devin. You feel like a guy that's more mature than the age you are, man. Every time I hear you talk, there's not a lot of controversy. Sometimes there's some pushing and shoving outside of fights, but we're fighters, right?
Yeah.
But where does that come from? Does that come from Bill? Does that come from just your life experience? You seem like you got a good head on your shoulders and you don't really partake in a lot of the stuff that usually gets guys sidetracked in this sport.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this for a while now at the top level, I got a jump start, in front of a lot of guys my age, most of the guys my age.
Mm,
Um, so, I just been through some stuff,
mm.
learned a lot, and this is the result. Here I am.
There you go. When you get into this fight week, I should say, it's in Riyadh. It's a little bit of a change of scenery, right? So I'm sure we're trying to get prepared for that. But the last time you guys have kind of been around each other for an extended period, it always comes to pushing and shoving. How do we avoid that during fight week? I don't need to see anybody getting atomic wedgied or getting their shirt pulled over heads. What are we doing here? We got to avoid that, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the fight game.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, when you put two fighters in the same room together with no security, no nothing, then you don't know what's bound to happen. So maybe they'll keep us away this time. Maybe not. We'll see.
I just can't see. I can't see anybody getting their head put through their shirt again. That was crazy work. That was insane. But okay, so let's do some mind games here. We get to fight night. Devin Haney is across the ring from Brian Norman Jr. WBO welterweight championship on the line. Bell rings. What happens, Devin?
We got to see. We got to see.
I
That's
thought I'd get it out
the
of you. I thought I'd
the
try,
the
man.
the
I want
the,
to
wor-
get
the
it
world
out.
has to tune in November 22nd to see, what
Okay.
Devin Haney shows up, what Brian Norman shows up, how the styles, clash against each other, and who's a better man.
Do you think though that he'll take some of the I don't want to say notes, but things that Jose Ramirez tried to do and walk you down and try to put you in different positions on the back foot? Do you think that's how he's going to approach this?
Yeah, I think he'll go in there and come and try to come forward and
Mm.
you know do the same thing that he's done in his past fights.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'll be there to meet him.
I
I won't
did
I
want to
won't
give
I
you.
won't be hard for him to find.
Ooh, okay. Talk that talk, Dev. I wanted to say this too. I went back and watched the Jose Ramirez performance, and granted there wasn't a lot of punches thrown, but when there were moments where you countered off that back foot, you were catching him with some nasty stuff, man. And I was like,
Yeah.
this didn't get looked at in real time the way I think it deserved. I was like, oh snap. When you sat down on punches, I saw some of that power come out then. I can't wait for it at 47. But let's do this. Devin Haney picks, because you're on a card full of champions. I mean, it's called
Yeah.
Night of Champions, for goodness sake.
Yeah.
Give me some picks here if you can. Let's start with Bam Rodriguez versus Fernando Martinez. Who you got, man?
I think Bam for sure. I mean, I don't know much of his opponent, but I think Bam is just, he's crazy talented. I've been knowing him for a
Super,
while. So I think he's just, one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world.
super, super talented, man. I think he's gonna get in front of a lot of eyes that maybe haven't seen him yet. And he's gonna show out. How about Abdullah Mason versus Sammy Noakes?
Same thing with Abdullah. I think that he has, a lot of talent and a lot of potential. I
Mm.
haven't seen,
He's a
Sam
puncher. He's a
Noakes.
big time
Yeah,
puncher. Yeah.
I haven't seen him fight. So I see what my opinion, just off of that, I think Abdullah should win.
Now with your fight, can I get a prediction how it goes down? Do you know kind of in your mind what you want to do here?
Yeah, I mean, I know that I'll be victorious, and you guys got to tune in on
Tune in. I got you. Tune in.
to see how.
To see how, right? We got the victory. We just got to see how. I got you. Main event. David
Yeah, I mean,
Benavidez, Anthony
that's a
Yard. What do you
fight.
think?
That's a fight I want to stay away from because I really like Benavidez. Benavidez is a
Mhm.
guy who we've been training out of the same gym in Miami. I've been a fan of him for a long time. I think that he's
Sure.
another pound for pound talent. A great fighter, and Anthony Yard is, a guy that I came up with. My dad helped, make this fight, make that fight happen.
Sure.
My dad brought that fight to the table to, His Excellency, and Riyadh season and making this fight happen. So that's just a fight that I'm happy to, watch, be a fan of, and yeah.
Sure. Sure. I hear you. Just a couple more for you. We'll get out of here. What are your thoughts on this rumored Manny Pacquiao Rolly fight coming up?
I think it's a good fight. It's a good fight for boxing. It's a good style. It's a good fight, stylistically. And yeah, no, I would definitely tune in to watch that fight.
Let's just say, all right, let's just fantasize here. What if Manny were to do it and get a win, would you go and fight Manny Pacquiao?
Yeah, of course. I think that that's a huge fight for boxing. He would be coming with a world title if he was to be, Rolly. I
Right.
would be coming with a world title when I beat Norman. And yeah, no, I think it'll be a great fight for boxing, huge fight for boxing. And yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, Devin, I don't have anything left for you, but I want you to do something for me. Tell the fans, your supporters, the people that watch this, why they should tune in. Outside of all the accolades, you're one of the best in the sport, but what's so special about this night, November 22nd?
Yeah, no, there's not, outside of the accolades, this is just a great fight for boxing. Brian Norman is the best guy at 147, and I'm coming up to the weight class to be a challenger, and show why I'm one of the best fighters in boxing. Why I'm a pound for pound talent. Why I've been at the top for so long.
One of the best, and I will give you this credit that a lot of people I don't think do. You seek out tough fights. It's one of the
Yeah,
things I think you and Bill don't get enough credit for is you have sought out some tough, tough people when no one else wanted to do it.
yeah. I mean, this is a tough fight on paper, but I'd like to go in on November 22nd and make it easy.
He's looking to make it easy. November 22nd, catch him in the co-main event of Ring 4 Night of Champions as Devin Haney jumps up another weight class to contend for the WBO Welterweight Championship of the World. He's taking on Brian Norman Jr. You guys will see it November 22nd. Devin, appreciate you joining me, man. Thank